Welcome back, everyone, to this edition of Try Hard Racing with me, Roll Cage TV, where I continue to do the best I can with what I've got, which is not a lot of talent, but a whole lot of, what do I have a lot of? I didn't think of anything. This is the end of the stream. Last video in the stream, and I ran out of things that I have a lot of. I have a whole lot of experience streaming, in case you it wasn't obvious. Yeah, I've been streaming over 3 years now. Anyways, we are going to move on to the second unofficial qualifier, and it is cloudy. Good, I haven't run into rain yet today. I know I will. I am going to hopefully not forget to skip free practice and get right on the qualifier, as I did last time. I skipped. And so I just DNF'd on the qualifier because I would have finished last regardless. If you guys want to see what all the qualifiers are like, I already showed you from the practice. Alright, start session. Checking my tablet because, like I said, I can't see it even very well here. I ran out of battery power in the last episode. I had to move it, plug it in, and the plug is where I normally, at the bottom of where I normally plug it in, where I normally lean it. So I can't lean it the way I like. So I've got it flat, which makes it harder for me to see. I have to turn my head even farther to see the chat than normal. This is a replay of a stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/rollcage_TV. Catch the show live Saturday afternoon, starting at 12:30 p.m. U.S. Central Time, 6:30 p.m. UK time. Saturday is my racing day. Sunday, same time, is my snow runner day. And then Tuesdays and Thursday nights at 12:30 or 6:30 p.m. U.S. Central Time, half past midnight UK time, is when I do Civilization 6. And I guess Civilization 7 has unofficially been announced. There's been a leak or something. I saw a YouTube video headline, that's all I know. It'll be interesting to see what Civilization 7 has. I'm still learning Civilization 6. I did not play Civilization 6 since it came out. I just started playing it, a few months back. I'm only on my 8th game ever? My 9th game ever. And that's a very complicated game, and learning all the ins and outs of it takes quite some time, quite some playtime. I haven't checked to see how much playtime I actually have in it. I could check my stats, but I didn't, and I probably won't. This is the last season I'm going to be playing of this game. I played 5 seasons, 1 of each upgrade level on the Super Sport, and then again 5 seasons on the Superbike class with 1 of each upgrade level, and I'm on the highest upgrade level now. It's the 5th season of Superbike, which means it's the 10th season I've done in this game. If you want to laugh at my earlier play on YouTube, youtube.com/@RollCageTV, there is a playlist, TT Alaman playlist. My playlists are a little bit harder to find. Somebody let me know because they're in under featured games are where all my playlists are. And I don't have all my playlists on the home page. You can look on the playlist page if you're watching on a device that supports that, if you're watching on the web or on a phone or tablet. But if you're watching on a console or the smart TV version, all you see is the home page, and you can get to the playlist from there, but you have to scroll down, and even on the tablet, you have to open up the section, make it larger, because I have foolishly added the newer games to the end of the list. So I need to turn that around and make it not in reverse chronological order, or not have the list not in chronological order, but have it listed in reverse chronological order. But there is a TTLMN playlist. Scroll down, you'll find it. It's all the seasons in chronological order. I don't think I am going to, sometimes with the longer playlists, like my Dirt Rally 2 playlist, oh for goodness sakes, in my Dirt Rally 2 playlist I have like over 500 videos, so I sort that playlist in reverse chronological order so that the newer ones are at the top. But I don't have separate playlists, which I've always been thinking about doing. I think Civilization, I also have so many videos that I have like 200 videos, so I have it in reverse chronological order. This game I don't have. I might have over 100 videos, but they're in chronological order in a single playlist. I'm probably not gonna separately break these out into seasonal playlists, because each season is pretty short. The playlist will be six videos long or something like that. But I will probably split up Civilization and Dirt Rally into separate playlists for each game or season. And SnowRunner as well. SnowRunner is all in one big playlist right now. It's in chronological order, so you can watch it from beginning to end. There's like 90 some videos in that playlist, and when I move on, I'm still in the first area, Michigan. When I move on to the next area, I will, which I'm going to be doing soon, so I got to get on it. My plan is to have one big SnowRunner playlist in reverse chronological order, but then also separate playlists on my home page under a different section, under a SnowRunner section, and have those in chronological order so you can watch them. Each playlist will be in reverse chronological order, so if you want to see the latest, you can get to it easier. But once you get to the early season playlist, you just save the playlist and then it'll be in chronological order, watch it all. Which, you're probably not going to watch 100 videos in one session, in one sitting. And I'll do it the same way that Wesley on Wheels does it. Love Wesley on Wheels. He's been doing a SnowRunner. He's got over 530 episodes now of SnowRunner. And he has one big playlist for all of it, and then he has separate playlists for each location, each region, and session. That's what I'm looking for. And how did I do? Well, let's see. What place did I finish? Oh yeah, last. And the AI, darn it, beat me again. 9th place, was only 3.6 seconds behind the leader. And I was 1:20 behind the leader. So that's about typical. AI skills season 100%. Did I forget to set that? I thought I had it on 30 all time. Let me check. I don't think it resets it. It did no, it didn't reset it. It's on 30. Let me set it to 31 and then I had this happen before, I think when I started a new season. It said 30% automatic, combined, semi-automatic, beginner, imperial. Okay. That's all the ones I wanted. Hopefully when I go to the actual race, it will not be at 100%. It might have been at 30% and just didn't show it. Didn't display it right. Okay, let's see. It's the full circuit. Oh, this is going to be another long video because it's probably going to be 3 laps, right? Yep. All right, let's do it. Let's get through it. I don't want to cut off this video after only 10 minutes. I mentioned external hard drive. I have it formatted for games, which is why it's taking so long to load the course, because it's loading off of an external hard drive, in case you're wondering. And not the newest, fastest external hard drive. Ah! Oh, I know I'm concentrating when I'm sticking my tongue out. Which is one of the reasons you'll never see me with a face cam. Not the main reason. In fact, it's not any reason. I don't like face cams. I don't like streamers that have face cams. If they're just like talking, okay. But if they're playing a game, I want to see the whole game. I watch a few chess streamers, and it's okay. Because, you know, the chessboard easily fits on the screen. They don't crop any of the chessboard. Really weird if they did. But yeah, I don't like it when people are either making the screen, the game smaller, or cutting off part of it with a face cam. I mean, people will be playing a game with face cam and then their face will be in the way of whatever game it is they're playing, and they don't know exactly what they're cutting off. Maybe they'll be on a green screen, but it doesn't matter. They're cutting off part of it. Or they make the screen smaller, and then you've got border full of either other cameras or full of blank space or graphics or something. Chat, maybe. And I don't want all that. I want to just be able to see the game. So, and plus, these are going on YouTube, so it's bad enough to have a little chat window in the corner that somewhat blocks the action. I mean, it's very transparent, so it's hard to see. It just looks slightly darker or slightly lighter, but mostly transparent chat window. But face cams drive me crazy. And I think it is important for the YouTube audience for me to have the Twitch chat display on screen. I do have other chat that my timer bot comes up, and you know, but the user chat I have sent to the screen. I think it's important because I'll stop and respond to chat every now and often because I am streaming live. I want to respond to chat. And if you're watching on YouTube, and this is another thing, I see people streaming, and maybe they'll record the video separately for the YouTube audience, and so without the display chat in the middle of the game, they'll start responding to chat because they can see the chat, but it doesn't go over to the YouTube channel because the game is being recorded separately, or it's being downloaded directly from the stream. But usually chat will be on the screen, but you get completely lost. It's like, what chat are they responding to? I have no idea what you're talking about. You're not, you're detracting from my continuity of watching the stream, watching even the replay of the stream, because I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, webcams, I was saying, and some people, I do race. Racing. Obviously, this is a racing game. I watch racing streamers. Shout out to the Barrel Rollers. Someone from the Barrel Rollers was in chat earlier, and Xlam BR on Twitch chat if you want to link to the Discord. And so I watch some of those guys and playing games like, like rally games like Dirt Rally 2, which I still play, or the new EA Sport WRC, which is the more or less sequel to that game because EA bought out Codemasters. Watch those guys, and they don't just have a face cam. They have like a face cam and over-the-shoulder hand cam, so I know you're actually steering the car. I mean, I don't need to see they're playing with a racing rig, so you get to see their wheel cam. It's like, okay, you're turning the wheel, got it. I don't need to see that you're turning the wheel. I believe that you're turning the wheel. But then maybe they'll also have a pedal cam, a foot cam, and I definitely don't need to see your feet on the screen. And then they'll have a cam showing the e-brake. And if they're using a separate shifter, maybe they'll have another camera for showing the separate shifter. It's like, I really do not need my screen cluttered up. I'm trying to watch the race, the game that you're playing. I do not need half of my screen or more covered up with your cameras. And I definitely don't need to see your feet. I tease Grebo a lot about this. Shout out to Grebo. But I mean, if you have a cat cam, that's okay. But other than that, I don't need to see your face or your feet or your hands or any of that stuff. It's not like you're setting a time for speedrun.com or something where you need video validation that you're actually playing the game. I'm okay with just watching the gameplay. Even if it's not really you, I'd be okay with it. And this is a 3-lap race, which last YouTube episode, I also had a 3-lap race. Hopefully they aren't all like going to be 3-lap races. No, they're not going to be. But having the season start with first two races being full course races, they're kind of randomized, I think. I don't think you get the same qualifiers and races every season. I don't think, because I don't remember starting a season before with 2. Usually there is a 3-lap race, but 1, maybe 2, but not both of them right at the start. I want to get through this season. Just because it wouldn't know that I somehow upgraded my equipment, right? Level 5 equipment, it wouldn't know that. At least the brakes are decent. When I first switched to the Superbike, the brakes were horrible because I had come right from the Super Sport with level 5 upgrades and switched to the Superbike, much more powerful engine, even more powerful than the level 5 Super Sport engine. And the brakes were terrible. I could not handle that power with those brakes. I have more power now, but the brakes have caught up with it. So, or I've just gotten used to where my braking points are. So yeah, season 6 was a lot of running into things. I mean, I still run into them. Even worse. See, there was a good example of me not braking in time. I did that even more in Season 6. Although I did just upgrade everything, so I'm still kind of adapt to that. Oh, for goodness sakes. Now see, that's a counter steering issue. That's something that happens only in motorcycle racing games. Because at speed, you do not steer a motorcycle by using the handlebars. You steer the motorcycle by leaning. And it takes your... it takes your guy time, your rider time to lean, right? More so than it would take him to, or her to turn the wheel. You get instant responses. So, you know, like a car auto racing game, you get an instant response when you turn the wheel. But there is a lag between turning the controller, I'm playing on a controller, turning the controller and the actual steering happening on the motorcycle game, on this game, because your driver has to lean, and which takes more time. And you don't know exactly how far the driver is going to lean until he finishes his lean, and so you end up leaning too much, and then you have to counter steer, and there I didn't lean quite as much as I thought. So it's much harder to control the bike. And you can't fall off a car either. If you drive off the road in a car a little bit, you won't fall off. You might lose time, but you're not going to fall off. A bike, you're going to fall off. And I love motorcycle racing games. Absolutely love them. But they are more challenging, and this game is far, far, far more challenging than any other motorcycle game I've played. Not only is it more difficult to drive, and I'm playing on the quote beginner physics level, and the beginner physics level is harder to drive and harder to customize, as Hitman was just saying earlier in the stream. But if you play on the, you know, realistic physics level, you get a realistic experience. I mean, I've played a little bit on that. Won't play the season on that, but I've played on that for other challenges on the map. Or like these bi-weekly events that show up on the map. The only monthly, bi-weekly, whatever events they are, there's only 2 of them right now, and they're both full circuit events, so I wasn't going to do any of those. Maybe next week I'll do some if I need to pad out some time. So this video is going to run long because I didn't have anything good to pad out the time with, and I didn't want to have a 10-minute video, and I can't exactly stop my stream in the middle of a race because I won't be able to come back to that same race in a week. I'm not going to leave the game running for a week. When I was doing the final race, I've never actually qualified for it, but I used to do it as a custom race and configure it to be the DT Alaman experience. There's a preset option to say, if you choose the full mountain course, scrolling to the end, there's an option to say TT Alaman. Maybe it's at the beginning, TT Alaman. Or tourist trophy, rather than gives you section 1, section 2, full course, and then tourist trophy. And that pre-configures everything the way it would be if you were playing, if you had qualified for that race. And I was doing that, but then the latest update has a bug where the sound will cut out if you run a single race more than 45 minutes or so. The sound will cut out. So after 2 laps, not quite 2 laps, the sound would cut out, and you cannot restart the race if you have to reboot the game. You have to restart the game because the game sounds have cut out. You know, halfway through, you can't restart the race, so you end up with an hour video that has no game sounds. Or just starting over again. And first time this happened to me, the game sounds cut out. I'm like, oh no, I'll have to restart this race. So I restarted the race, and basically through that video, I might have put it as a bonus video, I don't know. Basically threw that video in the trash to start it again. And it happened again. I thought maybe it was just a fluke, just all it happened in this particular time, on this particular race, this particular run. But then, so I restarted the race, and it happened again. And with other experimentation, I found out that it happens whenever you have a race longer than an individual race that's longer than an hour. So the game sounds cut out. You have to restart the game, but then you lose your race. You restart the game. So I don't do the mock final race anymore. Once I fail to qualify in the qualifier session, which I inevitably will, then that'll be the end of the season. Yeah. As I have mentioned previously in the stream, I'm playing at the lowest AI level, and I still cannot compete at all, which is not the case for me in other games. But I'm playing at the lowest AI level. I'm far, far, far behind the second to last driver. That's how difficult the AI is in this game. And I still the timer though for that qualifier does not change based on the AI skill level. It's 19 minutes on Superbike, 19 minutes no matter what AI level you're playing on. And the 30% AI would not qualify more than a couple drivers themselves if they didn't fake their times at the end. If you watch the full hour of qualifying, when you get down to the last few minutes, you'll see that the riders are nowhere near finishing up their third lap, and only 2 or 3 of them may have qualified under the 19 minutes. And then the timer runs out, and they don't let you finish a lap when the timer runs out. But somehow I guess they let the AI finish the lap, and they boost their time so that they actually do qualify a full field. So that shows the ridiculousness of having the timer not based on the skill level. Because, even the AI would not make it. But even so, the AI is ridiculously harder than any other racing game I've ever played. Not just any other motorcycle racing game I've ever played. The AI is ridiculously hard. Way, way harder than TTLMN 2. I warn people that if you play TTLMN 2, be prepared. TTLMN 3 was rewritten from the ground up by a different company. It has good feeling. The racing engine, though there are issues with it in terms of customizability and stuff. And they give you a fuller range of skill levels. Isleman 3 basically had 3 skill levels, or Isleman 2. Isleman 3, you can set the AI skill from 30% to 100%. So they have 71 by 1, so you have 71 different skill levels, skill percentage, or whatever they call it. And I don't know if the 30% is actually 30% of full speed, which seems doubtful to me, but like Dirt Rally 2 has from 0 to 100, and they don't just sit still at 0. But even the easiest level AI, which I'm playing at, is far harder than any AI level I played in TTLMN 2. So if you want to do a career mode and you don't finish first against the highest AI consistently on TTLMN 2 be expected to finish last or close to last on TTLMN 3, even at the lowest skill level. I mean, at the lowest skill level. I think the lowest skill level on Ironman 3 may be slightly easier than the highest skill level on Ironman 2, but I'm not convinced of it. I can play Ironman 3 or Ironman 2 on the highest skill level and not be dusted. Maybe I'll finish in last, but I won't be dusted. I have a chance of finishing not last on the highest skill level. And in this game, on the lowest skill level, I have no chance of finishing any place other than last. I've never finished higher than last unless I run into a bug where the AI gets clumped up. I actually won a race once. I finished third, and I was so surprised and shocked because I thought it actually happened. I actually finished third, but I remember that there was like some confusion on the course ahead of me as I was pulling it for third. And then it happened again where I finished first. I was like, okay, there's no way. And I could see like this huge clump of ghosted riders as I made it to the finish line for the last lap. It was a 3-lap race. And it turns out that all of the AI drivers had gotten clumped up together and were respawning on top of each other. And even when the ghost spawn ended, they were still all on top of each other or in separate clumps or whatever, but they were all clumped up. And so they never finished in the time that it took me to get around the course. They just didn't finish. And then once I got around the course, they ignored the physics, whatever the physics was, of their actual collision boxes and just, added whatever time they thought was appropriate for the finish of the race. And so they actually all finished, but they were way behind my time. And then I finished just 8th recently, earlier in the stream, and you could tell the two, was it 8th or 7th? I finished 8th once, and this time I finished 6th, 5th maybe, earlier in the stream, and everyone that was behind me was so much farther behind the people in front of them that they had essentially DNF'd. You can't DNF in the game, but I don't even think it's possible to turn on realistic damage in this game. I would have to check, but I don't think it's possible. It's always cosmetic damage only. You do have tire wear, and you do have fuel use. You can see I've used up some fuel already. I think I have tire wear turned off for the, I definitely have tire wear turned off because it's all green, my tires, for the season, but the final race, I think you have tire wear on, and you have tire wear, you can turn tire wear on in the TTLMN pickup race as well. I have tire wear off. I have everything as easy as possible. The quote-unquote beginner physics model. There's beginner, intermediate, and realistic, which that's another pet peeve of mine. People say beginner. Oh, beginner level, like chess courses. Oh, for beginners. I'm not a beginner. I've been playing chess for 40 years, more than that. I'm not a beginner. I'm just stink. I need beginner books because I stink, not because I'm a beginner. I need beginner AI, beginner physics in this game, not because I'm a beginner, but because the physics model is ridiculously hard, even the beginner model, quote unquote. So they should call it not beginner, but they should call it easy or something. Easy, intermediate, hard. realistic, intermediate, and I don't know, it's sort of hardly arcade, but restricted or something. I don't know. Something other than beginner. Simple AI model, maybe. I'm not a beginner, I just stink. Compared to the AI, at least. And to be honest, compared to a lot of... If I do one of those weekly, monthly, bi-weekly challenge things, I will not finish near the middle of the pack. Unlike in Dirt Rally, where I finish near the middle of the pack. When I'm in practice, I finish near the middle of the pack. Now I only play it once a week. I'm not in practice. I used to play it every day, and I would finish near the middle of the pack. Sometimes in the top half, sometimes in the bottom half, but always right around the middle of the pack. This game I don't. I finish near the bottom, but I'm not last. But it's not always obvious that actually they show the entire list on the leaderboard, because earlier in the stream I did one of the esport races, because I could do a fast one, I needed to pad some time. The current esport race, where you can actually, I don't know if they have prizes or not, but it's actual esport challenge. It counts towards a IRL seasonal IRL, a season and an extra game season, out of game season, administered by NACOM or whatever, and I don't know what you get for finishing first. A hearty handshake, probably. For the season, I think there are season race points you get. Who has the most points at the end of the season wins the season, and the season lasts quite some time. It's like they release one race a month or something like that. But I did the first one. It's probably even more than a month, because the first one was still active. The second one doesn't start for 2 days yet, as of the time I'm recording this. If you're watching on YouTube, it's already started. And the first race is probably closed now. But I did that race, and on the leaderboard, I finished like 400 or something like that. But enough people, but I finished there. The scroll bar is small near the top of the leaderboard, right? If you say go to top, you'll see that the scroll bar is small. But if you say go to me, find me, which wasn't easy to do, I had to like scroll the list. There's some kind of bug where if I tried to hit the button to say find me, it wouldn't take. But if I scroll a little bit, so that there was a go to top option, it would also give me a go to me option, find me option, and so I found me on the list. It was like 400 something. But the scroll bar suddenly was huge. I could not scroll up or down on that page. So I don't know how many people I may have been ahead of. There is no way to tell. Now, if I play the bi-weekly events, the scroll bar stays the same height, and I can scroll down off of my name. So on those, I can more or less see. They don't get as many, they don't get 400 or something, so they can cache the entire list. And so I could see what my times were. And it's also, I think the esports one is all platforms. I don't know for sure, but I'm playing on Xbox, and I know the bi-weekly events. I'm going to say bi-weekly. I have no idea when they actually change them, but I think it's like bi-weekly, maybe monthly. I don't know. Those events, they only get 20-some people by the end of the month or period that it's on. So. On the Xbox. Oh, maybe more than that. 30, under 50 though, so it all fits on this. They don't have to. What I'm guessing is that they can't cache 400 times when you load the on the you load the leaderboard. They don't cache 400 scores, so they're not going to show you more than the page that you're on if you're out of the top 50 or whatever it is, right? But of course, they could still do it if they were better programmers. You could scroll on Dirt Rally 2 into the thousands and thousands and thousands, 10,000 people maybe do some, on the leaderboard of some track or on the a particular, like the official Dirt Rally club or on a daily event. And or like a monthly event or something, you're going to get a ton of people. And they just, they cache so many, and they know how many are on the entire list, so they do the scroll bar appropriate size for the entire list. But then as you scroll, they cache a few more, right? And then if you decide you want to scroll back up to the top, they cache as you scroll down, and then they release some of the ones at the top from cache. And then if you go back to the top, they release the memory for the lower ones and keep the first page. Maybe they keep the first page in memory all the time because you're gonna likely to go to the front. Oh, what did I hit that time? I hit something that suddenly jerked out of my bike. I didn't miss a turn. The bike just went out from under me. So yes, even though this game is a sequel, it was rewritten by a different company, and so it's got the roughness of a brand new game. The AI is ridiculously hard. It doesn't have a calendar for the season mode or anything like that. The season mode is kind of cheesy. You cannot go back in the season and see what your times were in all the different events. Which you can go see a season overview, right? You go to the season page and you get to see a season overview, and you get to see, oh, here's all of my. They show you progress. You did, and it shows that you completed qualifier 1, race 1, qualifier 2, race 2, qualifier 3, race 3, and now you're on qualifier 4. But if you want to go back and see, oh, well, what was my time on race 2 that I finished? Nope, sorry, you cannot highlight that and select it. So, yeah, there's it feels like a brand new game that has not an immature game that has not matured either through multiple updates or sequels. So even though it's Teach Alaman 3, it's a brand new game rewritten from scratch by a different developer using Kiloton Racing's engine, but written from scratch on that same engine. But the physics model is all different and new, so I don't know if it's a modified version of the engine or if Kiloton changed their engine or whatever. Oh, I just realized something. Hold on a second. Another thing about this game, when it starts to click, no other game does that microphone clicking. But this game not only clicks when I bump the mic, it just keeps clicking. And sometimes it starts clicking even when I haven't bumped the mic or the cord. I have to unplug it and plug it back in. So sorry for all the crackling there. Yet another game bug. And I don't hear it for 20 seconds because I'm on a 20-second delay, and I'm monitoring my stream as the viewer sees it. I just got a web page open with my stream, so I probably should reload that. It might actually be a little behind, more than 20 seconds now. And I am not able to use low latency mode. I don't know if that's because of the outside service I'm using, Lightstream. I'm guessing it's because Lightstream won't let me do it. But if I try to turn on low latency mode, it tells me, nope, you can't do it. Lightstream needs time to get the... What Lightstream does is that I edit my templates in Stream Elements, and then Lightstream lets you import those Stream Elements into various scenes. Import those scenes. So Stream Elements, I can make a scene that has, you know, whatever I want on it, chat and alerts and static text and moving text and slideshows and, you know, whatever. But then on Stream Elements, they don't have a way to, on the console, they don't have a way to like do scene shifts and stuff like that. So you have to use a separate separate service for that, and I use Lightstream. Streamlabs Online would be a lot cheaper, but guess what? Streamlabs Online, you cannot import Stream Elements templates. You have to use their template editor, and it's not a full stream. It's not like a full OBS template editor. It's their template editor lets you show the video and put on static graphics, and I think they let you put on a webcam, and that's it. You can't display the chat on screen. You can't add your own music. You can't have you know, alerts display on screen. I mean, so many things you cannot do. Basically, it's just static images. So you can pick one of their templates and you can edit it by changing the graphic, and that's it. So, and you can't, because they don't, you can't save it in a way that, I mean, I don't think it's compatible with Lightstream either. So making a Streamlabs Online, templates, that PC templates can be imported into Lightstream, but Streamlabs Online, they don't have an ability to import any other templates. I'm not even sure they let you change. I don't think there's any ability to change scenes either, which, you know, you want to be able to have a starting screen, you know, be right back screen and a live screen. So yeah, Lightstream is definitely worth it, but it's not free like Slob, like OBS, Streamlabs combination on the PC. So maybe they'll develop it into a real full version at some point, but it's not that now. So, but I think because of the third party exporting it to Lightstream, they need time to integrate everything. They capture the game stream video, audio, microphone, and then they have to you know, integrate their own stuff into it. Well, let's see. How did I do? Apparently not well. Apparently not surprising. Ninth place. 13 seconds behind the leader. And they actually may have gotten hung up or something, because that's usually the rubber banding is tighter than that. You see the rubber banding is pretty tight. Pretty consistent all the way down. There aren't like a lead group, a middle group, and a trailing group. But yeah, the last two are a little bit farther than they usually, or the last one is farther, quite a bit difference between 9th and 8th place, which you normally don't see, so I think something may have gone wrong with him. But even so, his gap, 13 seconds. 30-second race, a gap of only 13 seconds. 3 laps. And my time was 5.5 minutes. But to be fair, I did have a penalty. Oh well. Not unexpected. That gives you an idea. Now, yes, I fell off a lot. I've gotten to the point where I don't try that hard anymore. But I mean, it's a difficult game. It's a difficult game. Even if I tried my best, it would be a difficult game. But that is going to do it for me today, folks. Both Twitch and YouTube, I am going to be signing off. If you are watching on Twitch, though, stick around. I'm going to see if there's someone to raid. Hopefully Grebo's on. I like to raid him. But I'll try to find someone to raid. So stick around if you're on Twitch. If you are watching on YouTube, though, that will be it for this episode. The next episode will be out the next weekend, evening at 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m., starting at 6:30 p.m. U.S. Central. I'm trying to look to see if there's someone to raid at the same time, so this is why I'm very inelegant about this. Is there someone to raid? No, there is not. So I will be signing off on Twitch as well as on YouTube. I hope you all have a great afternoon, great evening, great morning, great night. I never get all those right. Great whenever it is until I see you again. And wherever you end up going on the road or in life, be sure to enjoy the drive. All right, folks, I'm out of here. Bye-bye.